Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I am going to show you how to create these boxes. Now, I'm in a swap at scrapdaworld, and for this swap we had to create a gift box and a gift card. I have not yet created the gift card, but I'm going to do the tutorial. We were supposed to create, not create the gift box, but send it flat and then send film a video showing how to put it together or to include a picture. So I'm going to do both. I'm going to include a picture of it together, but I'm also going to show you how to put it together just in case it's a little bit complicated. But when I'm doing that, I'm also going to show you the kit. So we were supposed to include one gift box. I decided, because I accidentally cut this first and then I decided that it was too small. So I decided I'm going to share both. I did cut it out bigger from my Cricut, and then I still had these, so I thought, oh, it's a gift box set, so I'm going to send both, but I'm going to only show you how to do the big one, okay? And then, yeah, I got this box. I just searched, I think it's called a gable box, and I searched it on, Google and just found one that I liked and used this one. I bought it a while ago, so I don't even remember for sure where I bought it. But I usually only buy my boxes, if I buy them, I usually only buy them from Silhouette Studio and use them in my Cricut. So either it was free or I bought it from the Silhouette Studio. So anyways, let's look at what I included in the kit to create the box, okay? I haven't decided how I'm packaging. We're supposed to package them up really cute too. And for now, I'm just holding them all in these little pouches that I got. So just to make it easier. So the first thing, obviously, are the box pieces. I've got a bigger and a smaller one. They're scored and all set to go. All we have to do is put them together. And then I also included bag filler. This is handmade crinkle paper because I didn't have any in black. So I put crinkle paper and then some really large gold confetti in there. I went with a black and white theme with gold accents. I used this paper. Let's see if we can move the glare away from there. There we go. I used this paper pad from My Mind's Eye called Gingham Farm. It's really pretty, but it's all black and whites with, there is some green in here, but I didn't want to add the green, so I only used the papers that did not have the green in it. So it's all black and white. I mean, it took very little paper anyway, so that was fine. And then here I have included some ribbon to tie around the smaller box. And then I also included a little bit of this eyelash trim. I did not use the eyelash trim, but it could easily be used. I just wanted to share a little of that too, so that if they wanted to use it, you could also cut a little bit of that and put it into the bag filler, and it would add a little nice iridescent touch to the bag filler. Okay, I also included some bling in different shapes and sizes, and there's 2 gold brads for the flowers that we're going to make. Let's see, can it focus? There we go. A bunch of bling in different shapes and sizes. There's gray. I didn't have any black bling, but I put gray and white, and I figured if they don't want to use the gray because it might be adding another color, they could just use the white and the black. And then there's also clear bling and some dark black bling in there. Or it's like a silvery type of bling. I don't know. I thought it would work well. And then I cut some gold bows, which I thought looked really cute. And I did 2 of the bigger ones and 1 of the small ones. This is what the small one, oh, nope, there we go. That's what the small one looks like put together. And the big one is right there, with a gold flower or a black flower for the center. And then in here we have some flower pieces. I included stuff to make this black flower, the white flower, And then behind are, this is a shiny vellum leaf, a gold leaf, and then there's another shiny vellum leaf. And then there are some little gold flowers on the ends. You can see them just for a little gold accent in there. And then I also included a sticker sentiment with 2 different sentiments on it. So you could choose what you wanted, or you could put one on each box like I did here. And then lastly, we have the paper. We have the paper for the big box and the paper for the small box. Okay. This is not the kit that I'm going to work with. This is one of the actual kits. So I'm going to put this away, and then we're going to work on the actual one that we're going to make so I can show you how to build the box. It's quite easy, especially since it's already cut out and it's already scored for you. I did the hard work. The scoring was pretty hard. So we're going to start off with putting it together, and I like to use my scoreboard here, and I'll show you why in a second. The first thing I'm going to do is take one of them. They are exactly the same. Okay. I'm going to take one of them, and on this little tab that's over here, I'll show you up close. There's this little tab right here. I put glue on that, and then I'm going to put this on my scoreboard or any surface that has a little bit of a lip so that I can help to be straight. And put that on there, and then I'm going to stick this one on there as well so that they're both straight. It just helps me to keep it straight because that's pretty important into the finished project of your box. And then I'm putting it up to the score line there so that you can still see the score line. When you put them together, you should still be able to see the score mark there. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to set these aside for a minute because I want that to get good and sturdy, okay? I'm not going to build the second box, but right now would be a really good time to put together the second box if you were doing that. So what we're going to work on while that is happening is we're going to grab our pieces here. Where did I accidentally did not put these away. Whoops. Let's put these back in there so I don't lose them. Okay, we're going to put those back in there. We'll be good there. All right. So what we have here are the pieces for our big box. You're going to have the exact same pieces for your big box and for your small box. You're going to have 2 larger pieces for your front and back and 2 smaller pieces for your sides. And you're going to have 2 of each because you're going to have 1 gold and then the patterned paper. So what we're going to do while we're waiting for that to set up is we're going to go ahead and put our adhesive. This paper is double-sided, so if you do not like the one side, you can use the other side. Or the really cool thing is if you don't like the pattern paper that I sent because you don't want to do it black and white, you can just use the pieces that I sent to cut out your own pattern paper as well. Okay. I'm just applying adhesive to all of my patterned pieces. And then all I'm going to do is center them on the gold piece. Originally, I was going to just stitch on the pattern piece, but then I thought I really liked the idea of the gold matting in the back there. And so I went with that. I think it really adds to the class of the black and the white. I don't know. Well, you guys can be the judge. I like it. I think it turned out kind of cool. And then we're going to do... Okay. Easy peasy. Now we've got those done. They're ready to go, and I'm going to go ahead and put them on before we build the box, simply because I think it'll be easier. But you don't have to do that if you don't want to. You can build your box first. That is just fine too. I just like to be able to apply pressure to make sure that I have a really good stick. You could also, before you build the box, if you wanted to, you could sew. If you were going to sew, I wouldn't put adhesive all the way around the edges. I would just stick a little piece in the middle there, and then I would take it to the sewing machine and sew the whole thing, if you wanted to sew it. Okay. What I'm doing right now is just making sure that my pattern pieces here are lining up right in the center of my score marks there. Alrighty then. There we go. As easy as that, we've got all of our box matted. Came together super quick. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to crease all of my folds. I'm going to crease the bottom one, and then I'm going to crease the side ones here. It's easier if you crease them before you start putting them together. Okay, and now for the top here, I'm not going to score them. I'm not going to use my bone folder because they don't need to be 100% flat. I'm just going to fold them all and push down with my finger. Okay, then, so I'm holding it up, it's upside down right now. For this fold here, let's flip it over. Let's do it this way. For this fold here, what we want to do is we want to fold it back on itself. If it's facing upwards to you, fold it backwards like that. Okay, same for this one. We're going to fold it back like that. Okay, now we're going to turn it back over. We're going to fold this in like this, and we have this little tab here. We're going to go ahead and put our adhesive on there, whatever you're using. And then we're going to bring this over and fold it in. Just like that. And then because you laid it flat like that when you did it, you know it's going to square up really easily. Okay. Now what we're going to do, go to the bottom of the box. We're being very careful because this still might not be that dry yet. I do use a glue that dries, it holds tight pretty quickly, so I can be a little bit more if I want to, but I still am gentle. I'm going to fold out these two small tabs. Okay, so we've got all these tabs. We've got two small ones on the sides and two big ones on the front and back. What I'm going to do is tuck in all right, I'm going to tuck in one side. I like to decide which side looks better to be my front, but they're exactly the same, so I'm not going to worry about it this time. But whichever one you want to be your front, you're going to leave that one out and then tuck in this the one that you want to be your back. So you're going to tuck in your back. Okay. Then I'm going to tuck that one in, the long one in, and I'm going to put adhesive on these small tabs. Okay. And then I'm going to fold them in. And then I'm going to put my box down, open it up, and I'm going to use my bone folder, and I'm just going to put pressure on the sides because we want to ensure that we have a really good stick of those tabs on the side there. Okay, so now you can see they're adhered really well. What I'm going to do next is take the back of the last flap that I have and apply my adhesive on that, and then fold her down. Then set the box down, and again use my bone folder and press, or whatever you've got, just get a little pressure in there so that it can adhere itself. And now we've got our box built. Okay. You're going to see on one side, you're going to have the fold over. On the other side, you're going to have the edge of the paper. That's why I prefer to have where the fold is. That's going to be my front because I just think it looks cleaner. It doesn't really, I mean, it's not an important factor. It's just that's what I like to do. So just a little tip there for you. So this is going to be the front of my box. Okay. So I'm going to bring these two together. I'm going to pinch them together. And then I'm going to tuck them right into the side pieces there. Just like that. And then I pull up a little bit to make sure that it's going to hold. And then that is your box done. It's that simple. That was a really easy box to make, huh? And it looks pretty. I like the black plaid and the gold. That looks nice. All of my kits have a different pattern paper on there because I only had the 6x6 pad. So each one is just a little bit different, but they're all black and white with the gold accent. Now you have the choice of what you want to do to decorate. If you want to use the pieces that I sent, then that's what we're going to do. Okay. So we're going to take our flower pieces. We're going to open up this bag here. Now, I included a lot of things, and you don't have to use them all. And you don't even have to use any of these. You can use whatever you want to decorate your bag. Your box, I mean. Okay. So I included 2 gold brads so that we can use them to hold together our flower. There we go. This is what I was looking for. I included a black tag so you can tie a tag to it if you want to. On this one, I chose not to put a tag, but you can easily, what my plan was with the tag is I was going to run a ribbon through this side piece here and tie the tag to it so that it doesn't have to be, I don't want to tie it up here because then you have to untie it every time you want to open the box. So it works better if you put it somewhere where it doesn't have to be removed and put back on. So I think I'm going to leave the tag off of this one as well. But what we're going to do is build up these flowers real quick. So we've got 3 little tiny gold flowers. And then you've got the makings to build 1 black and 1 white, except what you can do is what I've done with this one is I didn't use all the pieces on the white one. So my white flower was smaller than my black flower. And on the black one, I did not use the tiniest piece because I put it on that bow. Okay. But the choices are up to you. I'm going to show you how to build this real quick. It's super simple and easy. I'm going to, I think for this one, I'm going to make my big flower be white. So I'm going to start with my white one. And I'm going to use all except the tiniest piece. I don't want to use that piece. So I'm going to use all 4 of these pieces. And I'm going to take something that is round, a ballpoint, a pen. The cap of a pen would work really well. I have this thing, which is for building flowers. Anything that has a little round ball on the end would work really well. But all you're going to do is I'm scribbling over the petals. I'm just kind of rubbing the ball all the way over the petals. And then once I've done that, the whole flower is going to cup. Let's see if I can zoom in a little bit so you guys can see a little bit better what I'm doing here. Okay. Let's get it on camera. There we go. All right. So I'm still working on this one. I've scribbled over all the petals, and all I want to do now is I'm going to go in a circle around the middle, and that's cupping it all together, okay? And then I like to turn it over, and I just find the center, and I push down really, really hard. I'm working on a foam mat for building flowers, but it would work really well, any sort of foam mat, some styrofoam, anything that you can press down on will work really good. A little bit of a newspaper, you can get a little pressure in there too, that would work too. A little bit softer would be a little bit better, but it will work to do it however you want. The other thing you can do is, if you don't have the ability to do this, spray the flower pieces with a little tiny bit of water, just mist them with water, and then crinkle them all up and then open them up. That'll make a really nice flower as well. Okay, so I've scribbled my little ball point thingy on all the flower petals, and now I'm just gonna run it in circles in the middle. And then I'm going to flip it over and put some pressure in the middle there. And whoops, I missed one. I'm going to do the same thing to this guy. Just like that. Same thing to this one. I'm just scribbling in all the petals and then really putting some pressure in the center. And then I flip it over and I press down. Okay. There we have our flower for that one. And then while I'm making the flowers, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my black one, and I don't want the 2 biggest ones. I'm going to use the 3 smallest ones for this one. Okay, same thing. I know it's hard to see because I'm on the black on black, but I just cupped it into a ball, and then I'm going to press there. Okay. Flip it over, and then for the little one, I kind of just go right in the center there. Okay, so we got that, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the smallest one first. I'm starting with the white small one. I like to put it on my foam board, and I have a hole poker here. I'm just going to poke right through, and then I take my brad, and making sure I'm starting with the center one. Then I just work my way down. Make sure that you turn your petals so that they're all facing different ways. Or, you know, so that they don't all line up. And there we go. Whoops. I put that one on the wrong way. Okay. There we have that. I'm going to open up. Sorry, I wasn't on camera. Open up the brad, and there is our flower built. Okay, the other thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to just use this and kind of pop up the petals a little bit, just to give it a little bit more dimension. And also, I am not a huge fan of the just plain white flower. I normally would have added some more color to it. But honestly, if I do that, then it takes away from the black and white, and I don't have black and white, so I couldn't really do that. All right. Now I'm just going to go ahead and put all of these together. This is my black one. And I'm going to start with the tiniest one. Put my black, or my gold brad in there. I wish that I'd had some round brads because I didn't have any round gold ones. So I had to go with what I had because I didn't want to go out and get some. Whoops. And I didn't want to wait for them to be delivered. So I went with what I had, and it was square. And it'll be fine. Okay, you don't have to use the brads to put it together either. You can just use hot glue and put them together with a little hot glue if you want to. Again, I'm just kind of separating the flower pieces a little bit. And then now we have the white and the gold there. Or the white and the black, I mean, sorry. And then here on my mat, I have the gold flowers. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to put it in the center. I don't really want to do any rubbing because I don't want it to rub off the gold. So I'm just going to press right in the center, and that's all I'm going to do with that one. Okay. Then I'm going to stick one. Whoopsie. Okay. I forgot part. What we want to do now, I'm going to move this mat out of the way. Okay. So what we want to do now is we want to take our vellum leaf and we want to put that on there. Okay, kind of like so. Actually, I want to do this. Like that. And then we're going to put, oops, our little gold leaf. Now, you don't have to use all of these. I just wanted to include choices so you could do whatever floats your boat, whatever you like. And then I'm going to put a dab of hot glue there. I'm going to let that set for a second. While that's drying up, I'm going to take, on this one, I just used the gold bow on the top. Now, I think for this one, I'm not going to use the gold bow. I don't know that it, on this one, I feel like it was too much. Whoops, it was a little too much. I don't know if maybe it was just too much gold or what, but I'm going to see how this one will look if I don't put the gold bow. Okay, just gonna put a little bit of adhesive pressure on there. Okay, now we put the flowers on. So I'm gonna take some glue, put my white flower so it kind of sticks off the edge there, and then I'm gonna take my black flower and I'm going to tuck it up underneath the white one like that. That looks pretty. And then I'm just pressing them around until I get them to exactly where I want them. Then I'm going to take a little gold flower here, little dab of glue on it, and I'm going to tuck that guy right up underneath the white one there, making sure that I don't glue down the petals because I want them to pop up. Okay, then I've got another gold one here that I'm going to put underneath the black one. Just adds a little bit there. And then I don't want to put that one on yet. And then I have left over from mine, I have now a white one. And then I have the big black flowers and I have the gold bows. So I'm going to put those aside for now. And I'm going to, I kind of like the way that looks. I don't think, so I also put a pattern paper on that one and I like it better plain. So I don't know what I'm going to do yet, but I think I like this, It's not, it's a classy box, so it shouldn't be too much. You don't want it to be too much, you know? I am going to make this a happy birthday box. So I'm going to take happy birthday. All of the sentiments are different, and I kind of wish that they were a little bit blacker, but you know, I have to work with what I have. This is the sentiment stickers that I have, so I gotta work with them. There we go. I'm putting it on a little leftover piece of gold paper so that I can have a little gold mat to it. Might be a little bit more than what I want, but let's see. So then I'm going to stick this right there. Or, well, that looks kind of nice too. Maybe I'll put that up there and leave the front just like this. Kind of like that. Okay. We have a plan. We're going to stick that to the top. Now, the way that I am decorating my box is not the way that you have to. I included some extra things so that you can choose to do whatever you want to yours. And then, there we go. Oh, that looks pretty. I like that a lot. Quite happy with that. I love when I do something that I don't know what I'm going to do, and then in the end it turns out kind of nice. I like that. I'm going to see if I like this gold flower right there, or if it's too much. I think it might be too much. Do I want to put it down here? A little gold flower down there. I think it's too much. Do I want to put it up here? Nope. Sometimes it's just too much. I'm going to leave it like that, nice and simple and pretty. There's our box, and then what we're going to do is open her up, and I'm going to take some of my I'm going to take a bunch of my filler because the little box doesn't need very much, so I'm going to take a lot of my filler and shove it in there. And I'm going to get all of this up. And there we go. Okay, so one thing, this all fell to the bottom. I don't really like that, so maybe we need a little more filler in there. Maybe all the filler should go in there, and then put that in there. So there's our inside of our box. Still looking nice. And then all we have to do, tuck it down in there, and then seal up the box, and there we have it. We have a nice little treat. And then you can use your little one to go with it. So you can include, maybe in here you could put a little, I don't know if a gift card would fit in there, but maybe you could put a little gift card or a little bit of money or something. And then in here you could put a little treats, a few treats, you know, and then you have a little gift card set. I want to give you one little tip, because I did include the ribbon to tie onto the little box. And I did give you the paper for the little box, but I didn't give you any other decorations. So you can decorate it however you'd like. And I did, for the paper, it's all the same. Everybody got this white wood grain. So then if you don't want to use them as a set, you could use this for something completely different if you wanted to. But I want to give you a tiny little tip that I learned when I put this together, when I did this ribbon. So if you don't want to have to untie the ribbon when you open the box, tie the ribbon to only one side. I only tied it to the front. And I did give you these 3 pieces of ribbon so that you can tie them to the box if you want to, or you can include them on your big box. But I just wanted to let you know that, because the first time I tied it to just through the handle and let it be, but then I was like, every time they want to open the box, or whenever, you know, whoever gets the gift, when they open the box, they have to untie that ribbon, and it was not easy to untie. So just a little tip from me to you. If you're going to use that ribbon on the little box like that, then my suggestion is that you tie it to only one side. All right, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and I cannot wait to see the swap. This is for the swap over at scrapdaworld, and this is these are the box that I'm including. I hope that you all have a great day, and I'll see you all again very soon.